Hello, WPC kids. It's good to be with you. We're starting a new Sunday school series, although it may not be Sunday for you. You can watch this video anytime. But Ben and I are here to share a story with you. That was a fun face. And talk a little bit more about compassion. If you did our Vacation Bible School, you know a lot about compassion. If you didn't, compassion really means to feel with someone. And when someone's hurting or in pain, or even maybe if they're feeling good and we feel that with them, we show compassion. And so each week we're going to share a different story that shows a different aspect of what compassion is. So to introduce the story this week, Ben, I have a question for you. So when you say when you go to a friend's house, right? What are some things that the friend might do to help you feel welcome at their house?
Well, I am very hungry most of the time, so when they offer me a snack or a drink, that's very compassionate, I would think. Letting me play with their toys would be another one.
That's sometimes hard if you have a favorite toy to let someone else use it. Yeah.
Making me feel like I'm in charge, like letting me pick like what show we watch or what game we do or what we're gonna do next.
Yeah, that's good. So all of that is a way to show what's called hospitality, right? Hospitality when we welcome someone into our house or into our lives, whatever it might be. And hospitality really is one form of compassion, allowing people to feel welcome. And that's what today's story is going to really be all about, is showing hospitality to people. But before we do that, of course, I want to sing a song, because that's what I love to do. This is a great song. And in fact, the first word is hospitality. Hospitality, courage, and kindness, grace is what we need, okay? Hospitality, courage, and kindness, grace is what we need. Courage, kindness, grace, hospitality, all types of compassion. So let me grab my guitar. I'm going to scoot over a little bit so I don't whack Ben. So I'm just going to sing through that part once, and then we can sing it back, all right? So it goes like this. Hospitality, courage and kindness, grace is what we need. All right, can you try that much with me?
Maybe.
I'm sure you can. Here we go, ready? Hospitality, courage and kindness, grace is what we need. Let's try that again. Hospitality, and kindness, grace is what we need. Okay, that's half the song.
Yay!
Woo! All right, the other half, to be compassionate, showing God's love to everyone we meet. Because that's really what we're called to do, right? Show God's love to everyone we meet. So to be compassionate, showing God's love to everyone that we meet. So here's how this part goes. To be compassionate, showing God's love to everyone that we meet. Try that. To be compassionate, showing God's love to everyone that we meet. Try that much again. To be compassionate, showing God's love to everyone that we meet. Are you ready to try the whole thing?
No, but yeah.
But we're going to anyway. Here we go. Hospitality, courage and kindness, grace is what we need. To be compassionate, showing God's love to everyone that we meet. One more time. Hospitality, courage and kindness, grace is what we need. To be compassionate, showing God's love to everyone that we meet. Nice. So we'll be singing that song week after week, so it'll get easier and easier. But way to jump in there.
Yeah.
All right. So let's get to our story that's all about hospitality. And Ben, I think you're starting, right? All right, here we go. So this is a Bible story. It is from the book of Genesis, which is the very first book in the Bible. Genesis 18, 1-8. Go for it.
It was a hot afternoon. Abraham was sitting at the entrance of his tent, near oak trees, when God appeared to him.
Here's how it happened.
Abraham looked up and saw 3 men standing nearby. He ran out to meet them and bowed and said, "Please don't just pass by. Let water be brought. Wash your feet. Rest for a while under the tree. I'll bring bread and you rest. and then you can pass on. Since you have come here, I'll serve you."
They said, "Do it!"
He hurried into the tent and told Sarah, "Get our best flour and knead it and make cakes." Then he ran out to their herd of animals and chose a tender calf, then gave it to the servant who prepared it for the guests.
Abraham brought all the food they had prepared and set it before the guests. He stayed close by under the trees while they ate. This is holy wisdom, holy word. Thanks be to God. It's interesting to me that one of the first things you mentioned about being shown hospitality by a friend was food, right? Making sure they gave you something to eat. And that's exactly what Abraham did. So we have some wondering questions about this story. Now, I wonder how Abraham felt when he first saw those three men. Feel free to wonder with us as you watch this video.
I wonder how the men felt when Sarah and Abraham showed them compassion by making them food.
If you were Sarah and Abraham, I wonder what you would have done.
If you were going to make someone your favorite meal to show hospitality, I wonder what you would make.
Can you remember a time you did something kind for someone you had just met? Or maybe when someone you had just met did something kind for you? I wonder what that was like. Feel free to keep wondering about this story with some of your family members at your house. And speaking of your family members, I would guess they're not all watching this video with you, so they didn't get to hear the story. So I have emailed one of the adults in your house a packet, I guess you could say, and in the packet are story cards. So what I'd like for you to do is invite your adult to print out those story cards and then use the story cards to retell the story to someone who didn't hear it. You can color the story cards if you like. You can leave them black and white. But see if you can use those cards to retell the story that Ben and I just told. Also in that packet is a coloring page with one of the scenes from the story. You're welcome to decorate that. You can take a picture and send it to me. I'd love to see what you do. And then finally, this week, I invite you to do your own act of hospitality. Now, you might come up with something on your own. I have a couple of ideas. One is that we as a church provide bag lunches every Wednesday to people who don't have enough food. So you might, on either Tuesday night or early Wednesday morning, maybe with your family, make a bag lunch or 2 or 5 or however many you want, and bring the lunch to Westminster in the parking lot on Wednesday morning between 10 and 11. It's a wonderful way to show hospitality. Ben doesn't know this yet, but I think we're going to do that this week. Surprise! You might show hospitality by maybe making the favorite food of someone in your family. You know, Ben's been making me some yummy treats lately, some brownies, some cupcakes, and it's been so wonderful. I've been so filled with joy when he's made some of my favorite things. Or another way to show hospitality is to say thank you to those people who come to our homes. For example, our postal workers, our delivery drivers. So what you might want to do is just make a sign saying, thank you, and post it somewhere where they'll see it, on the door or maybe by your mailbox. So those are just some ideas. You might have some other ideas, but I do encourage you this week to do something to show hospitality for another. Right, before Ben shares our closing prayer with us, you know I can't go without singing my song one more time, right? So here's what we're going to do. We're going to sing the part we learned, and then I'm actually going to add in a verse that was all about our story today, and then we'll sing the part that we learned one more time, okay? So here we go. Hospitality, courage and kindness, grace is what we need. To be compassionate, showing God's love to everyone that we meet. One day 3 hungry strangers appeared to Sarah and Abraham. Please stay for lunch, we have enough to share with everyone. Hospitality, courage and kindness, grace is what we need to be compassionate, showing God's love to everyone that we meet. Nice. All right, Ben, will you close us with a prayer? We're going to repeat after him.
Put your hand on your head. And put your hand on your heart.
And do you remember why we do that?
Because compassion happens in our brains, but we often feel it in our hearts.
All right, here we go.
Okay. Dear God, thank you for Abraham and Sarah.
Dear God, thank you for Abraham and Sarah.
And the ways that they teach us to be compassionate.
And the ways that they teach us to be compassionate.
By caring for people we meet.
By caring for people we meet.
And we may not even know.
And we may not even know.
Help us to show your love for others.
Help us to show your love for others.
Through hospitality.
Through hospitality.
And by giving generously of what we have.
And by giving generously of what we have.
Amen.
Amen. Thank you for joining us this week. It is our plan to do a video every week. So check in every week and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Later.
Later.